What if the cure for stubborn skin problems was never in a bottle, but already living on your skin? Every day, trillions of microscopic organisms cover your body. Most people think of bacteria as something dangerous, something to scrub away, sterilize, and destroy. But what if some of those microbes are actually protectors? What if scientists could transform ordinary skin bacteria into microscopic pharmacies, living medicine factories that quietly treat acne, inflammation, eczema, and even wounds from the surface of your skin itself? And what happens when those bacteria become programmable? Imagine a future where your skin senses irritation and responds automatically, where engineered microbes release healing molecules exactly when needed, where acne creams become obsolete, because your own microbiome handles a problem continuously, naturally, and intelligently. It sounds like science fiction, but it's already beginning. Tonight, we're diving into one of the most fascinating intersections of biology, medicine, and biotechnology ever explored: smart skin bacteria. Engineered microbes capable of secreting therapeutic molecules directly onto human skin to fight acne and other skin disorders. This isn't just about clearer skin. This could redefine medicine itself. Because if scientists can successfully turn bacteria into living therapeutics for skin, what's stopping them from doing it inside the entire human body? And perhaps the bigger question, if we start programming living organisms to heal us, where does that evolution eventually lead? For decades, skincare has mostly worked the same way. You apply creams, you wash your face, you take antibiotics, you use harsh chemicals designed to kill bacteria. But here's the strange irony. Scientists now believe many skin problems may actually happen because we destroy the wrong bacteria. Your skin is not just skin, it's an ecosystem. For decades, skincare has mostly worked the same way. You apply creams, you wash your face, you take antibiotics, you use harsh chemicals designed to kill bacteria. But here's the strange irony. Scientists now believe many skin problems may actually happen because we destroy the wrong bacteria. Your skin is not just skin, it's an ecosystem. An entire microscopic civilization exists across your body. Billions upon billions of bacteria, fungi, and microbes competing, cooperating, and communicating every second. This invisible world is called the skin microbiome. And for years, researchers misunderstood it. The old idea was simple: bacteria equals bad. But modern research has completely shattered that belief. Some bacteria protect you from infections. Some regulate inflammation. Some maintain your skin barrier. Some even help control how oily your skin becomes. In other words, healthy skin may depend less on eliminating microbes and more on maintaining balance between them. That realization changed everything. Because once scientists understood bacteria could help the body, the next logical question became unavoidable. Could we engineer them to help even more? And that question opened a door that may completely transform dermatology forever. Let's talk about acne. Nearly everyone experiences it at some point. But for millions of people, acne becomes more than cosmetic. It affects confidence, mental health, social anxiety, self-image, and despite billions spent on treatments, acne remains incredibly difficult to manage long-term. Why? Because acne is complicated. Hormones play a role. Inflammation plays a role. Oil production plays a role. And yes, bacteria play a role too. One bacterium in particular has become famous: Cutibacterium acnes. For years, scientists treated it like the enemy. But the story turned out to be far more complicated. Not all strains of this bacterium are harmful. Some versions may actually protect the skin from more dangerous microbes. So instead of simply nuking all bacteria with antibiotics, researchers began asking a radically different question: what if beneficial bacteria could outcompete the harmful strains naturally? And then came an even more astonishing possibility. What if those bacteria could be genetically programmed to actively heal the skin? Imagine microscopic workers living on your face that continuously produce anti-inflammatory compounds, antimicrobial peptides, or oil-balancing molecules exactly where needed. No forgetting medication. No constant reapplication. No blanket destruction of your microbiome. Just living therapeutic bacteria quietly doing their job around the clock. That's the vision researchers are racing toward right now. And the science behind it is extraordinary. To understand how this works, we need to step into the rapidly evolving world of synthetic biology. Synthetic biology is essentially biological programming. Scientists modify living cells almost like software engineers modify code. Genes can be inserted, removed, adjusted, rewritten. Cells can be instructed to produce specific proteins or molecules on command. For years, this technology has been explored inside laboratories using bacteria, like E. coli. But skin bacteria present a unique opportunity. Why? Because the skin is external. Unlike engineering microbes inside the bloodstream or internal organs, skin bacteria are easier to monitor, contain, and study. That makes the skin a perfect testing ground for living medicines. Researchers have already experimented with engineering skin microbes to secrete compounds that reduce inflammation and suppress harmful bacterial growth. Some studies focus on antimicrobial peptides, natural molecules capable of targeting acne-causing microbes without destroying the entire microbiome. Others explore bacteria that can sense environmental changes and respond dynamically. Think about that for a second. These microbes aren't just passive. Some future versions may actually detect worsening skin conditions and activate therapeutic responses automatically. Your skin could become a self-regulating treatment platform, almost like a biological smart device. And that raises enormous possibilities, because acne may only be the beginning. What about eczema, psoriasis, chronic wounds, inflammatory skin? Diseases affect hundreds of millions of people worldwide. Many current treatments rely on steroids, immune suppressants, or antibiotics, all of which can create side effects over time. But engineered skin bacteria might offer something radically different: precision treatment. Instead of flooding the entire body with medication, therapeutic microbes could deliver treatment exactly where needed and nowhere else. Localized medicine, living medicine, responsive medicine. And scientists are beginning to imagine even more advanced possibilities. Picture engineered bacteria that release moisturizing compounds when skin becomes excessively dry, or microbes that emit anti-itch molecules during flare-ups, or bacteria capable of accelerating wound healing for diabetic patients. Suddenly, the skin microbiome stops looking like random bacteria and starts looking like an untapped biological operating system. But with every revolutionary technology comes unsettling questions, because altering living organisms, even beneficial ones, is never simple. What happens if engineered bacteria mutate? What if they spread unexpectedly? Could modified microbes disrupt ecosystems beyond the human body? And who controls the genetic instructions inside these living therapeutics? These questions are not hypothetical. Scientists working in synthetic biology take them extremely seriously. One major concern is containment. Researchers are developing genetic kill switches, safety mechanisms designed to prevent engineered bacteria from surviving outside intended environments. Some microbes are programmed to require specific nutrients unavailable in nature, making uncontrolled spread less likely. But biology has a habit of surprising us. Life evolves. And once living organisms are released into the real world, absolute predictability becomes difficult. There's also the ethical dimension. Should corporations patent living bacteria designed to live on human skin? Could personalized microbiomes become commercial products? Could future insurance companies demand specific microbiome treatments? And what happens if hackers eventually target biological systems the same way they target digital systems today? That idea sounds absurd. Until you realize biology is increasingly becoming programmable technology, the boundary between living organisms and engineered systems is starting to blur, and humanity is entering unfamiliar territory. But perhaps the most fascinating part of this story is what it reveals about our relationship with microbes. For most of human history, bacteria were viewed primarily as threats: plagues, disease, contamination. But modern science is uncovering a far more complex reality. You are not just human. You are an ecosystem. Trillions of microbes influence digestion, immunity, mood, inflammation, and overall health. Some researchers now argue the microbiome functions almost like an additional organ system, which means this technology isn't simply about modifying bacteria. It's about learning to collaborate with them, instead of declaring war on microbes. We may be entering an era of biological partnership, and that philosophical shift could become one of the biggest medical revolutions of the century. Because once scientists master programmable microbes on skin, where does it stop? Could engineered gut bacteria treat depression? Could microbes regulate metabolism, fight cancer, slow aging? The implications rapidly become staggering, and some experts believe we are only seeing the very beginning. Now imagine this future 20 years from now. You wake up in the morning. Your skin microbiome has already been monitoring inflammation levels overnight. Tiny engineered bacteria have released therapeutic peptides while you slept. Your skin barrier repairs itself automatically. Breakouts are suppressed before they appear. Minor cuts heal faster. Irritation is neutralized in real time. You no longer think about applying treatment. The treatment lives with you, constantly adapting, constantly sensing, constantly responding. Your body becomes partially self-maintaining through engineered biology. At first, it sounds miraculous, but then another question emerges. If humans begin redesigning the microscopic ecosystems that live on us, how long before we redesign ourselves more broadly? This is where skin bacteria become more than a medical story. They become a glimpse into humanity's future relationship with biotechnology, and that future may arrive faster than most people realize. It's easy to underestimate discoveries like this because acne sounds ordinary, but history shows transformational technologies often begin with surprisingly simple problems. The internet started as a communication experiment. Artificial intelligence began as pattern recognition research. Gene editing started with bacteria defending themselves against viruses. And now, tiny microbes living quietly on human skin may help unlock an entirely new category of medicine: living therapeutics. Medicine that evolves, responds, adapts, not static chemicals, but active biological systems. And if that works safely and effectively, the consequences for healthcare could be enormous. Fewer systemic side effects, more personalized treatments, potentially lower long-term medication dependence, but also new regulations, new risks, new ethical debates, and entirely new definitions of what medicine actually is. Because once medicine becomes alive, everything changes. Right now, somewhere inside research labs around the world, scientists are programming microscopic organisms invisible to the naked eye. They're teaching bacteria to manufacture molecules, to detect inflammation, to communicate chemically, to behave almost like microscopic machines. Yet, unlike machines, these systems are alive. They reproduce, adapt carefully, cautiously, but increasingly confidently. The age of smart bacteria may sound futuristic today, but decades from now, people may look back at creams and antibiotics the same way we look back at primitive medicine from centuries ago. A temporary solution before biology itself became programmable. And perhaps the strangest part of all, the future of medicine may not come from massive machines or futuristic robots. It may come from invisible organisms already living on your skin right now. Evolve. And humanity is learning how to direct that power. Tiny allies we misunderstood for generations, until we finally learn how to work with them. So what do you think? Would you trust genetically engineered bacteria living on your skin if they could prevent acne, heal wounds, or fight disease? Or does the idea of programmable microbes cross a line humanity shouldn't cross? The future of biotechnology is arriving faster than ever, and the next medical revolution might already be crawling across your skin. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notification for more deep dives into the technologies shaping humanity's future. And until next time, keep questioning the future.